Is your sister Kerry-Ann in Jesus Christ. Brothers and sisters, I want to come to you sorry, with a very profound, very vivid vision that the Lord gave me on the 3rd of November 2019. I'm going to go straight into the vision. So in this vision, brothers and sisters, I was standing on a street and I saw stalls. And these stalls are the same type of stalls that I saw in my 2015 Kanye West being saved vision, where I was in a dirty market and all these stalls, people were selling stuff from these stalls, trying to entice him. So these were the same stalls that I saw, and they were all lined out as far as my eyes could see, and they were all close together, pretty close together, all these stalls. And when I looked in these stalls, there was a light. I know this light because I've seen it before. I've seen this light on Donald Trump, and I've seen this light on Beyonce in my visions about them, and it is a fake light, brothers and sisters. When I looked on top of each stall, they all have plaques. And when I look on these plaques, brothers and sisters, these were mega preachers and prophets. People from Benny Hinn to Paula White, Juanita Bynum, T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar, Copeland, even Prophet Sadhu, that Indian prophet, loads of them. When I say it was all lined out, absolutely all lined out, brothers and sisters. And these preachers and prophets were selling the people food. And what they were selling them was junk food. It wasn't a cooked, hot, nice meal. It was like crisp and burgers and fried food and Coke and all of that. That is what these mega preachers and prophets were selling the people. Then all of a sudden, my eyes, the Lord brought my eyes to one particular prophet that I do not know about. Never seen him, don't know him, nothing about him, but the Lord brought my eyes to fix on this man. And his name, over on top of his stall, where he was selling his food from, he's called Prophet Passion Java. That's the name that I saw on the stall. Again, he had this light, which was a fake light, coming out from his stall. Brothers and sisters, all of a sudden, as he was selling the people the burgers and the chips, all of a sudden, this Prophet Passion guy jumped over his stall and he began to run. And as he began to run, I started to follow him because the Holy Spirit said, follow him. And he was running. And when I looked behind him, who he was running from was a demonic guy. I cannot say if he was human or what, because the presence from this guy that was chasing this Prophet Passion Java guy was completely demonic, completely. In this demonic guy hand, he had a gun and a knife, a huge knife. And Prophet Passion had a gun. And they were both shooting at each other, brothers and sisters. This prophet guy was turning around, trying to shoot this demonic guy. This demonic guy was trying to shoot at him. And it was like that. And this Prophet Java guy went around a wall. And when he went around the wall, the demonic guy followed him. And from there I stood, and I was not allowed to go behind the wall because that part was hidden from me. And as I could hear the gunshots going off, brothers and sisters, behind the wall, I then saw this Prophet Passion guy running from around the other corner of the wall, coming towards me. And then all of a sudden, as he was coming towards me, I don't know where this door appeared from. Right in front of me, this open door, it's a blue door. And I was so glad see the door because I was going to shut it, even though there was no wall. There was no wall. It was just this blue door. And I heard when this I saw this Java guy, this prophet Java guy running towards me, but he was holding his neck and he was like limping. And as he was coming towards me, he was saying, I don't know how he knows my name, but he said, Kerry-Ann, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him. And I'm thinking, shoot? And then I looked in my hands and there was a gun. And when I saw the gun in my hand, brothers and sisters, I was so frightened because I don't like guns. I've never seen one in real life, but this one I was really frightened. And this prophet Java guy was saying, Kerry-Ann, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him. So, you know, he was clearly hurt and he was holding his neck and he was limping. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to help him because obviously he's hurt. So I took up my hands and I began to shoot this demonic guy that was chasing this prophet guy. So I began to shoot at him. And when I was shooting at him, clearly the bullets from my gun was going into this demonic person, but he staggered and that was about it. He wasn't falling to the floor. So I thought, right, I don't want to be shot, so I'm going to close this door, even though there was no wall. So I kind of stopped shooting and I was about to close the door, and this prophet passion guy was shouting, no, please don't close the door, don't close the door, I'm coming. And I thought, hurry up, come on, run. So anyway, he ran inside. I closed the door, and as soon as I closed the door, he collapsed on me and I fell on the floor. I fell backwards on the floor and he was on top of me. And brothers and sisters, I don't know where, well, I don't know where the blood come from, but this guy was, when I said I was drenched in blood, I thought it was me that got shot, but obviously I didn't. I was completely drenched in blood. Like all this guy's blood just poured out all over me. And he fell on top of me and I fell back on the floor. And I take my time and just gently just, you know, roll him over from off top of me. And his head landed on my right arm. So he was resting his head on my right arm, and he's on his hand on his neck. And I removed his hand and I realized that he was stabbed. It was a massive, I mean, yeah, it was quite big. This knife wound was really, really big, brothers and sisters. So he removed his hand and he was so weak, he couldn't even put his hands back there. So I had my hand to apply pressure because it was bleeding. And then I looked on his clothes to see if he had any gunshot wound, but he didn't. It was just the wound from the stab wound. And in my heart, I began to say, this is really strange, because I know that this demonic guy must have given him a couple shots, because he was really shooting at this guy, but there was no gunshot wound. It was a stab, a direct one single stab to the neck. And then this prophet Java guy spoke to me, and he said to me, I am dying. I am going to die. And as soon as he said that, brothers and sisters, he just bowed his head in my arm, and that was it. He was dead. And then the vision just completely ended. Yeah, so when I came out the vision, I began to question God. Because I said, Lord, I don't know nothing about this passion guy. I've never watched him before. I don't know what his teachings are like. I don't know what his prophecies are like. I don't know nothing. Absolutely zero about this guy. Because that's the reason why I don't say false prophet, because I don't know anything about him. Now, I heard his name one single time by passing. I was speaking to my brother in the Lord, my beloved Jonathan, and he mentioned his name just once. That was about it. And I said, I don't know him. I don't know nothing about this guy. Nothing at all. So the Lord gave me this vision about this passion Java prophet guy, knowing nothing about him. So I just wanted to come. If anybody know him, you know, I hope he sees this video. I really do. But in the vision, I was helping him. I was helping him. So I don't know what's going on in his life. I have no clue. I cannot give you, brother.